Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is your July 2025 updates of all things related to Belladonna's Botanicals, and it has been quite a month. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Literally right after I finished recording the BB updates and a couple other videos in June, like I got violently ill. So I had some kind of nasty stomach virus, so I lost a lot of June to that. I'm like, yay, happy 50th birthday. You get to purge your soul. Boy, howdy, did I ever. Ended up in the ER for about 8 hours, and that cost about $26,000, which I'm a little shocked about. I only have, I guess all things considered, I shouldn't gripe about the $1,000 of medical bills that I have to pay out of pocket and stuff like that. But crap, I was really sick, like for 3 days straight, just nonstop purging, and it was gross. Anyways, I won't sully you with the details. I kind of talked about it in the previous two videos I did a little bit. As it pertained to things, I'm doing better, and good Lord, it has been one thing after the other. But some of these things are just kind of par for the course when you're chronically ill. Am I out there going, oh no, someone's cursing me and stuff like that? I would, however, like to have downtime that isn't related to surgeries, medical procedures, injuries, and violent purging. I would like to have a day off where I could do something fun, you know, other than, being in the ER. So, hi, Corey. What's up, Abby? Do you want to say hi? Sorry, Corey hasn't made an appearance in videos in a while. There's Corey. Everyone loves Corey. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Everyone loves Corey. He's like, you're touching my tummy, woman. He looks angry, but he's actually purring. So, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that was fun being sick. I do want to talk about a couple other things. I want to get into some bigger picture stuff. Um, so as I mentioned in the last video, we are working. You will see some price increases coming down the pike over the summer. I may add some premium pricing in there for Etsy and Amazon, just because I lose so much in fees, and all that stuff. Sometimes you wonder, I'm like, what? For as much money as I make in a month, I'm like, why am I always broke? Because people are aligning the pockets of billionaires, well, yay, I support small businesses. Well, we'll get on to that later. You guys, if you watch my videos, you know I have no love lost for all these platforms. It's just I'm stuck on them because half of my revenue comes from Etsy. So, anywho, um, and who can keep track of the tariff stuff? I know some of the prices have gone up on my materials. They go up every year on things. Most are insignificant. Like, I think. I think the bottles I use for like the bubble bath and body wash went up by like $11 for 100. So it's like not a huge increase, but I haven't done like a full repricing in like 2 years. So I'm just gonna do more like across the board so things are sort of more evenly. I don't want to raise something by like $10. I want to like as I said in the previous video, probably will like okay, so if ritual oils are currently at 17.99, maybe they'll be 18 or 19.99. I haven't decided on that across the board. So I don't have to charge, $50 for a bar of soap. Um, so because there are like when you're pricing, there are some considerations of how much will someone pay for a bar of soap. I'm probably not going to spend $25 on a bar of soap. That's just me. Anywho, so I'm trying to keep things as reasonable as I can, but I'm not getting any less disabled, and I just realized how much medical bills and stuff I have. Like, I mean, I pay a fortune for ACA insurance, And then I still have a fuck ton of deduct. Congratulations, I am $600 away from meeting my deductible, and probably another 600-ish away from my max out of pocket, which is not a low number. So, um, fortunately, I have to survive. I have to eat. I love doing what I do, but it is what it is. So, next up, I just want to kind of touch upon a thing. I want to talk about why a lot of small businesses have very strict, either they don't take returns or refund for things unless there's some extreme case, or it's very strict. And here's an example of why. I had a customer on my one of my least favorite platforms. Okay, so they put in a return on Amazon. They put in a return request for a bath salt. Okay. And then they immediately start bugging me for a refund. They give me a tracking number. They do all, and I'm like, well, it wasn't at the post office on Friday. So she's like, well, it was delivered. It was delivered. I'm like, okay, well, I will check Monday. Well, please refund me as soon as possible. Refund me as soon as possible. And I'm like, I will refund you when I pick it up from the post office. Now, I get to the post office and no, it's not there. So I inquire. I'm like, hey, I came in on Friday. I had this weird parcel in my mail, in my PO box. There was no information as to what it was, and basically it looked like it contained an empty vial with like a bubble wand that had leaked all over the inside of the package. There was no identification in that as to what it was, why it was sent to me. It looks like it came from some sort of like shipping facility in California. And so I gave them, I'm like, is there, can you check around? 'Cause I live in a small town. Like, we've got 10,000 people here. Like, it's not, a big inner city post office that, whatever. So I give him the tracking number she provided me. And he was like, well, that's the only thing, and matched the tracking number to that item. And yeah, so she sent me trash in the mail trying to get a refund. So had to spend an inordinate amount of time this week on principle because I could really care less about, whatever, 20 bucks. But it's the principle thing. And that is a well-known scam. People file, want to return things, and they pressure you for the refund before you even get the return, and then literally they will send you trash in the mail like for the return. So this bitch got her free return to sender bath salts, and boy honey, you're gonna have some fun things to some fun things will get returned to sender to you too. Anyways, but this is a well known scam that people do with businesses. And I'm sorry, like like on Amazon, you're kind of forced, like even though I don't I the funny thing on Amazon with returns, I get return requests all the time for stupid things because it's Amazon. And I don't know, maybe I'll go try to return a book I bought 25 years ago because I read it, and I'll just send them, I don't know, some wadded up toilet paper and see if they refund me. Um, but see, the thing is, it's like with that parcel, I was like really creeped out about like I got like an empty vial that had leaked all over it with no identifiable information. I even Googled like where, the address of where it came from. Like that was kind of creepy, and not for nothing. There's a lot of MAGA fucking extremist trash in this world that would love to take out someone like me. So, or generally. So I threw it the fuck out. I was not going to keep this because I had no idea what the fuck it was, why it was sent to me. Kind of creepy. And so had a lot of back and forth with Amazon. And of course, bitch opens up an A to Z guarantee claim like, well, I returned this and I want my refund. I don't know why it's, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you sent me literal trash. Why would I refund you? But anyways, Amazon decided to refund her out of their money. I'm like, y'all are stupid. Like, why are you doing this? And I was just at the post office today. There's nothing in my PO box. Like, it's not like they gave the post office fucked up and the thing came anyways. She sent me little trash. Amazon refunded the scamming little bitch for her effort. And this is why we can't have nice things. This is why I don't take returns on stuff. I will only refund if it's broken. If it's lost in mail, I will reship it. I'm not refunding because you know what? I'm sorry. I just will assume if you're like, I never received this. I want a refund. You received it and you're just trying to scam me. So I'm sorry that I have to put these things into place. I'm disabled. You're literally like this shit literally takes food out of my mouth while I'm chewing it. So this is why places have really strict return policies and refund policies. And hey, I don't care that she got refunded out of Jeff Bezos's money because also fuck Jeff Bezos. Um, but anyways, so just wanted to kind of relay that because the amount of shit small business owners deal with on a regular basis, it's like I don't care that you're scamming Walmart or Target or whatever, but like seriously. Anyways. Think on an unrelated note, I think I need to bring back my jar of trifling petty ass curses for bitches who need to learn a lesson. Boy, howdy, do I get a lot of those. And yes, I have to deal with petty bullshit. It is what it is. I don't care. Bitch got some free bath salts, and you think I don't have um let's just I'm sorry. I'm gonna put a little caveat here for some pettiness, but I know plenty of occult authors who have built-in curses in their books. So for because of all the pirating and all the PDF versions that go around. So if you're getting some free shit like that and you end up having some bad luck, probably why. Same thing for products. Like, we have a lot of things that to protect ourselves because so like when I make my products, I am physically making these things. I don't want to be attached to whatever magic you are doing. So I have protections in place to kind of cut that. Like you get the energy and shit like that and whatnot, but I don't want to get entangled energetically in other people's spell work. And considering how much stuff I sell, that's a lot of things that could potentially be like, when you return to sender something, it might, bounce its way back to the person who made the product. So I have to have my protections in place for that as well. And I could just as easily reverse engineer it and make that shit null and void or work against you. So because I've had enough people in my life that really needed to find out, because boy, howdy, did they fuck around way too much. And if that sounds petty, believe me, I am not the only one who does this. So when you're going to rip off witchy businesses, that karma will bite you in the ass. Um, so have fun. You might get something for free, but that karmic tax, oof, oofta. You're gonna have to get some payment plans for that, honey. Anyways, now moving along into disability pride. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Go by Jennifer on some platforms as well. Um, so I am disabled. So I welcome and celebrate, Disability Month. And because, hey, being disabled, like I never expected, like I was a very active person. I would walk everywhere when I lived in Philadelphia. I could walk 5 miles at a clip and not, I used to walk to work and that was 2.5 miles, like regularly doing this stuff. And now I'm like 4 blocks is about my max. So becoming disabled can happen to anyone at any time. Some of it's genetic, some of it is lifestyle, some of it is you get in a car accident and shit happens. So being aware of these things, and I am probably going to do a longer video. I did touch upon this a couple of years ago about ableism in magical and witchcraft practices. So if you ever see me kind of throwing shade at like ceremonial magic and this has to be done by the book and only by the book and if you don't do it by the book it won't work. That is ableist as fuck. I'm sorry. Magic can be adapted in any way to your skill level. You are no less a magical practitioner if you can't go out and build a stone circle in your yard and do a 10-hour ritual or a ritual every day or something like that. You are no less powerful, strong of a practitioner for that reason. And it's time we really take that shit out of our mindset. Because nothing pisses me off worse than that. It has to be done exactly this way. Well, you know what? I'm not going to put mullein in this because I'm fucking allergic to it. You know? Like, why would the gods want me to suffer an allergic reaction or my ancestors because I put something in this because by the book we can't, get past it. Have to do it exactly this way. So, anyways, so that'll be coming up. And, I didn't expect to become disabled in my 40s. I thought I had at least a couple more decades on me before, I'm, a shower chair owning, I've got a cane in my car just in case, and, my handicap placard and all that shit. I thought I had some time for that. Um, you know, I mean, I just turned 50 and knocked my coffee over. I just turned 50, so would you like a butterscotch or a mint? Because now I'm officially an old lady or a study baba. Anywho, so maybe this month I'm going to dedicate some more of my videos to talking about disability magic. There are some books out there on it. Because yeah, this is something that's really important. And I see so much ableism that's just glossed over because people don't even recognize it as such. But yeah, like I had a client years ago, and someone I got the feeling maybe they were a little on the lower income side, and she was working with some practitioner who told her, "Oh, well, these spirits don't want to work with you because you don't have enough to offer them." Like, what the literal fuck is wrong with you to say something like that to a client? Like, I would never say that. That's just disgusting. If all you can do is light a tea light or say a prayer, that's enough. Most of this shit we do for us, and I talk about this all the time. Like really think about it. If you are doing a ritual or something and you modify it to your things, is it not going to work because you modified it because someone wrote it in a book and it has to be done exactly that way because that's how it was written? Yeah. Anyways, I've ranted long enough about that. This is a disability owned business, so I do talk about these things quite often. I talk about things that are going on in my life personally because they do impact the business a lot. Like, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, my sales volume as far as units sold per year has stayed roughly the same. It's in the sort of 10 to 11,000 units a year. And I'm like, but why is it taking me so much longer to get through these? I used to get the shit out like 1 to 3 days, and I've been on 5 to 7 since I moved in 2023 because I can't really handle that's even sometimes hard for me. And especially doing the wholesale. I've moved a lot of stuff to doing custom made to order things. So it's just that I'm taking care of my health, and unfortunately, that takes a lot of time. And sometimes I feel pretty crappy. Like, this week alone, I had a dentist appointment, had to get, a deep clean, well, the kind of cleaning where they have to like numb your mouth, like a deep cleaning, and have a temporary crown replaced. And then I met with an ortho surgeon about my sacroiliac joint issues, and now I have um SI joint injections coming up that I have to track everything on, how my pain is, because if they're starting to fail, then I need to do like a surgical intervention, a minor surgical intervention. So this is my life. This is what I'm dealing with every single week. Like it is rare for me to have a week where I'm like, holy shit, I don't have to go to a doctor. What? So it does take up a lot of my time to take care of myself. And that's important because, and there's days where I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to move back in with my parents and, sell the business and, get on disability because, like, I'm trying to anticipate the fact that this shit ain't getting better. It's not going away. Autoimmune diseases aren't cured. I can get relief on some things with medications, with interventions, so it's manageable, but I'm always going to have to be managing it. And sometimes things just stop working. So, anywho. And this leads me to the last thing. Sorry, this has been a ranty video. I don't know. July's a little spicy here. Welcome to cancer season. Um, so this is in response to let's see, what did, we're going to be petty. We're going to be petty. I think I'm going to add a petty section into my things. Let's see if I can find the screenshot here. Da, 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 da. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Oh, to, we'll just call her Dee Dee, since she posted publicly on my Facebook page. And this was around the No Kings protest thing. Quote unquote, quote, if you were smart, you wouldn't get involved in politics, but I was just about to order several products from you, comma, comma, comma. Now I won't, comma, comma. You're a fool to think everyone agrees with you, space, exclamation point. Well, Dee Dee, I'm sure you were just about to buy some products from me and saw me post something, and now you're triggered your feels because as a disabled person, obviously I'm not a MAGA trash. I am not a fascist and whatnot. If you are, though, I'd be happy to recommend quite a few pro-fash, alt-right, maggot-infested, incel trash heaps of followers and businesses you can follow. Because boy howdy, there are a ton of them in the left-hand path. More than you would expect. So anyway, so Miss DD, I'm sure you were just about to buy stuff from me. But I would like to say this much to her and anyone this. First of all, I have made it very clear, at least since the election, this is not a MAGA friendly business. If you're triggered by this, go the fuck away. I don't want you. This is not a business, a platform, a creator, and a human for you. Bye-bye. I don't care. So, to that end, what I want to say is first and foremost, I am a human before I am a business owner and a disabled and neurodivergent one on Affordable Care Act insurance. So, I have zero fucks to give if anyone likes my politics or not. I am just trying to, live and stay alive. If that hurts your precious, fragile little feels, because I'm not a pro-fasci simp for MAGA and Trump, well, who knows? And anyways, moving along. Here's the thing. I was reluctant to mix my personal ethos with my business efforts. But you know what? The only boss of me is me. So it became necessary to draw a line in the sand. So for every butthurt maggot that says, I'll never buy from you, and for the usual slurs thrown at me, and for all the times I spoke out on sociopolitical issues and called out the maggot alt-right hate that is so prevalent in the occult, from the love and light wellness communities to the left-hand path satanic communities. For every one of you little maggot twats I lose, I gain the trust and respect from people who matter the most to me. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Sorry, maggots. This is not a business, shop, nor content creator for you. We do not need nor want your business. Full stop. Full stop. I left most of my spiritual community behind because the left-hand path has a serious problem with the alt-right, incel, maggot, not Nat C bullshit. I was in the minority and bullied constantly to the point I needed to leave my own communities for my own safety, sanity, and well being. Fun fact, my life has been pretty fucking awesome since then. So, um, yeah, like, it is what it is. I don't know what to, I'm a human being. Before I am Belladonna's Botanicals, before I am a content creator on YouTube, before I am anything, I am a human. And my political philosophy, my social political philosophy is entirely this: live and let live, and don't be a dick about it. Like, if you're sitting there obsessing over the genitalia of other people, ew, what is wrong with you? Like, I literally, this is a couple of years ago, I literally had someone comment to the point of, oh, check out the Adam's apple on her. I bet you, like, I wonder how she modulates her voice, because clearly looking at her facial structure, she's definitely a dude. I'm like, nope. Factory originals. Um, not that there's anything wrong with it, but like the panty patrol of people obsessed with, dude, unless I'm going to have sex with you, which I guarantee you I am probably not, um, doesn't matter. It's gross to obsess over other people and children's bathing suit areas. Like, ew. But I will stand up for people and I will stand up for myself. And I left a lot of people behind for their rampant racism, anti Semitism, the transphobia, the homophobia, the ableism, and that list just keeps going. So if I dissociate from you, if I left your discords and I left your communities and I never pop up in your live chat, live streams anymore, that's why. 100%. That's why. And zero regrets. I have nothing more to say. I wasted years trying to talk to a few, trying to like get some of the brainwashed morons with big mouths and platforms to see these things. And I'm sorry, you voted against me. You voted against people like me. Look at what's happening now with like the big bill thing and how many people are losing, are standing to lose their benefits and Medicaid and all of that. Like, you voted for that. I'm good here. My conscience is clean. I like, and the thing is, I don't care what you believe. If you want to believe in bullshit, believe in bullshit. Just don't expect me to believe it. Don't expect me to change my life because you can't stand the idea that someone might be, transgender or might have, whatever. It is so confounding to me that so much of the spiritual community is sucked in to this trash. There's no spiritual awakening that's going to come from that. Like, holy crap. And one of the things that I talked about this in the last video I did on Sorath Path Working Part 2 is this year I healed through the remainder of my trauma. So I came out the other side. I'm doing some integration and cleanup work. But holy crap, when you come out the other side healed and you look at the world, ugh, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, um, yeah. Well, anyways, sorry for such a ranty video, but it is what it is. And we will have some new stuff coming out over the course of the summer. I'm trying to figure out a plan for that. Things are going great at the shop. We just did a little bit of reorganization. We have the monthly tea and tarot, and I'm going to be starting a monthly in-person witchy discussion group. So that's coming up. Yeah. So happy July. We have an Independence Day sale going on until the 8th. I don't know beyond the 8th what sales will be going on. I suppose something around Lammas and Lunisad. Sales because I feel like having a sale. I don't know. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Be sure to follow us on social media and sign up for e-newsletter so you know what's going on because, as I always say, algorithms suck, y'all. Anyways, I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.